Oh, we're all the same. We are all the same. I'm very sorry if I put some put in some spoilers. It's hard not to give spoilers, but if you're new to the game and sitting watching this, I try not to spoil too much, but as I'm going through all the start of the game, then then it's a little bit difficult to avoid maybe giving spoilers. But on the other hand, you should either be past this point or at this point, because it comes very quickly. And I do play quite slowly because this is quite a difficult, high difficulty level, so I have to take it a little bit slower than normal. And I do that also to make sure that I actually know that I survive. Because that is kind of the important thing. If I die, the game is over. That's the thing when you play on the higher levels. What you lose is much higher than what you normally would lose. Death here is terminal, that means everything goes, so I have to be a little bit more cautious than I normally play. So I need to build a signal booster. Could actually have done that, so I think let's just land and see. Can't look at that as long as I'm in the ship, but at least I have enough sodium metal plating and carbon nanotube. So now I need the metal plating, which I luckily can make anyway. Ferrite dust you get loads of, so this instrument you are asked to build, a signal booster. Be aware that that's useful also to locate nearby structures. So if you use that on other planets, you actually get a beacon that way, so you can go and find the beacon. Beacon is not the most useful thing, so it sends me up there. However, that might actually give you other information, and there's another thing that there will be very often some stuff, and well, someone did the stuff, so it looks like. The beacon will give you a scan of its range, and it might actually tell you something, and there's a minor settlement. That is actually very often useful for several reasons. Not completely done here, but that I found one of the animals I was missing. It's not like I'm actually searching for them. It would be very beneficial to do, but to be honest, that is not the importance right now. So that's off planet. Good, let's go to off planet. Even though, let's see. So this is not healthy what I'm doing. However, so we know there's something down here.
Radiation damage detected.
Yeah. So that is where I should not be playing around on this level. So where was that? It was that way. That one I want to visit, and then we go off planet for the other one.
Technology recharge.
I'm going to go and get this one. Because it very often comes out as either nanites or something I can use. And I am very, very keen on getting things I can use. Nanite is good.
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah. Oh. So that was, where was that? There was, there. I know I'm taking the mark of the minor settlement, but I have a feeling it's still there. It normally is, so yeah. So how far away is it? 8 hours. That is for me a very important place to actually get to, because it's there's trade among other things. There's normally quite a number of interesting things. So these minor settlements is used a lot in conjunction with the missing person.
Radiation protection falling.
There's a lot of scanning going on. Some planets, the sentinels would attack you if you were just scanning, so
Radiation protection stabilizing.
so just saying that you should always keep a cautious mind when there is sentinels around. So this guy is selling some very rudimentary blueprints. Nothing very well. I'm saying nothing very useful. They in their own way are all useful, but I'm actually not going to buy them now. But they can be useful in certain manners. So let's see. So like at trading post, the trade goods is quite cheap. Everything else is not. So can I actually sell something? That one is in plus, so let's get that out. The other ones, there is only the trade goods I have which is for sale, and they are in minus 40%, so I'm actually not even going to touch them. But I don't have money for so as I said, you can get certain things. there are any buildings in this one. Sometimes there is shelters as well, but it doesn't seem like there is here. I always do these because, well, let me go to the ship so I don't compromise my safety a lot. The good thing is to do those because there used to come pictures on where you were, but as there is that error, means that when you give the information you get a little bit extra nanite. So it's in the, when you upload everything, that is included. So now they're gone. This one I had one. So and nanites is always very useful. So we need to go to that planet, whatever planet that is. I have a feeling I soon will run out of. Yeah. That was not what we wanted to do. And that is where a game like a Permadeath game can actually become lethal, because I might have to go now on a planet which has a very, very aggressive sentinel population. Okay. Doesn't say it's aggressive, so, and I actually have been on that planet, I believe. Yeah, it was where I started, so yeah. So I actually go back and continue that. I'm not going under the Rebel Star, which is following outlaws. I'm not going to do that on Permadeath. I think that's a little bit one thing which I would be struggling even more than else. Okay, this is actually not bad. good either, I believe. I have 10 sodium. Okay, I have plenty of sodium. I have that there. And I will need one of these. I'm low on carbon. Okay. That's okay.
Technology recharge.
So I have a couple of things to do here. So
Thermal protection falling.
I go here first. I hope there would be some boxes, but there wasn't. That's actually fine. So I need carbon.
Thermal protection falling.
Which doesn't seem to be a lot of right here. There's a lot of rocks. Is there anything in the cave? Oh.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
I hope no one has déjà vu from Monday at this point. I feel I'm in control right here, so that is actually fine. There's nothing in here which looks like carbon, unfortunately. There's a landed pilot. What I can use him for is buying X-rated modules. So these plants can be just in the outskirts of caves as well. So always be a little bit cautious around them, because even though they One of them should not kill you. They might harm you. At least there's a plant with carbon. Just find a plant which is the longest lived and then I kill it. Life sucks, doesn't it?
Thermal protection falling. Units received.
So, that was really why I needed it. These I like because there's chromatic metal in them.
Thermal protection falling.
It's normally very okay. This is really getting onto my protection, isn't it?
Thermal protection falling.
This is really trying to kill me, I think.
Technology prepared. Technology prepared.
So, get a free. And I'm actually putting them up in technology at this point because that is what I'm going to need the most. Sorry to say that, but storage right now is secondary.
Alert. Navigational data received. Thermal protection falling.
So, just for good fun, see what it comes up with is close by. Might not be anything interesting, but a factory. Oh, a resource depot, even worse. That I'm not going to pursue. Yeah, you might earn a lot of money from it, however, the problem is that you end up fighting a lot of sentinels and it's not straightforward. So yeah, I can only say no, that's not, let's not go there. This is a bit annoying, but you know what? So there are very often asteroids in the rings around the planet, but it doesn't look like there is here. There's a few space rocks. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's tritium. Okay.
Technology recharge.
I can't fill it up fully. So I need pirate or more tritium. Which is there's no pirate on this planet, so that's of course something I have to go and find, because without fuel my adventures will be very limited. What is that? Is that an observatory? That looks a little bit interesting. Looks a little bit interesting. So go for that one first. Yes, I need enough to go for the
Radiation protection falling.
medium refiner. That is the next project for my base. Word, nanites, milestone, restore field, shield, restore field, okay. A little bit of carbon. Is the other one then empty? Carbon there as well. And first aid. First aid is actually useful. If you see the 3 white crosses I have up there, if any of them goes black or muted, whatever you want to call them, that means that I have lost a life,
Technology recharge.
and that need to be refueled somehow, and you do it either with the white boxes or with the first aid. Starship launch room. Okay. Do I have that in my collection? Yes, I do. So I'm actually tempted to look at this before I triangulate the
Radiation protection stabilizing.
This is an observatory. So I don't, I unfortunately don't have the Atlas pass to go into the other rooms, which is a little bit of a shame, but very often would be something which was useful. No carbon in those. But this might actually give us something useful. Or not. As I said, I'm not revealing how I find out these out, but if you want to have a helping hand, let me know in chat, because that of course is, I'm willing to help, but I'm not just giving things away. That is not only useful, no. I put that up in here? Yeah, I can. And I don't.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Sure. I should pick these up. That is quite useful. And this is the white one I talk about, will help you. And now I have the Atlas pass, I can get these as well. Good. I need that one, so I get a little bit extra nanites. So, return to space. So, it's a little bit annoying that there are no... Oh! No, it's the planet, it's not... Oh, damn. I was suddenly very happy that I thought there was a asteroid belt. So, yeah. This is not what I need right now, so... Actually, just ignoring it. That is... Platinum, okay. that can be useful. Silver again. So I don't know if I need to. What's the frozen hell? Where? Back to a very cold planet. Nothing I really want to buy. Is there anything I could sell to them? I don't think. Well, I do have a little bit of trade goods, but no. However, I'm ended up in a asteroid belt that is very good. I would say my guns are absolutely not very good, but one day they will be. So the big question is, am I actually improving myself enough to be able to survive longer? That's actually still a question, and I'm not even sure of the answer myself. I haven't really gotten anything to keep me alive longer. I've gotten a few things which make things more convenient for me. But is that something which is useful regarding survival? No, not really. How much do I still have? Okay. 299, that's not a lot. Normally would say having less than 1,000 on you is not very good. But I'm not sure how much I can actually hold on the ship in the stacks. That's the highest I have. That's actually the highest I have, so think that is the best we can do for now, and then keep on going. At least now we have for a while, so we don't run out. That at least is beneficial. That looks very good. That is very good if we can get something useful from it. That is the big question.
Technology recharge.
Keep it up and running. That's actually the best we can do at this point. Just make sure we are fine. Just make sure we are fine. That's
Thermal protection falling.
oh, there's a cave. Some people would say, stay away from the caves. I'm of course not one of those, because I'm a cave master. Now, to be honest, caves are one of the places where you can actually save your ass, so don't think it's always only bad things. So I guess his translator need copper, of course.
Thermal protection falling.
Cooper. It's bugger. That was a mistake. So just to check around, what is it? Dark side, cobalt, dark side.
Thermal protection falling.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. Dark side. Frostbite.
Thermal protection falling. Technology recharging.
I have to find carbon again.
Extreme Damage detected.
Fuck. What was that? What was that?
Technology recharge.
Hitting me? And with cold damage.
Thermal protection falling.
Can't have been that. I was too far away. That is really weird. That I don't really understand, and I'm always trying to understand why I get into trouble, because if anything else fails, I can then in the future prevent things. And the thing is, my reaction is, if things like that then get into shelter, into the cave, which could be actually fatal, because there might be hazardous plants. So, before I leave the ship here, well, just leaving it so I save the position. Not that it matters, because if I die, I die. I'm just going to take a very short bathroom break, so a couple of minutes, and I'll be back again. Stay with me. So I'm back again. Sorry for the little interruption, but sometimes you end up in a situation where you just have to do something about it. Well, so I'm going to check this freighter if it has something I can use. And again, I have to really be careful with things that oozes out from the boxes, but let's see if we can do it without killing ourselves. There is a little bit of lore story here, and the funny thing is, at some point you actually end up using all the fun. It is one thing which really puzzles me. I have played many hours of No Man's Sky, and I have seen so many warnings about something with water. Don't drink the water, don't go close to the water, and things like that. I have never found out what that actually covers. And that is really weird. Units.
Radiation protection falling.
So I need to do something before I continue, because otherwise I run out of space on the exosuit. Now I run out of space on my starship, so, and my terminal. Everything is just playing up now. So that I can do something about. So that's not the west problem. The next one is over there. So let's go and have a look at that. Too far away, so but nice. That is money wise good. So far what we have found here is kind of money based, but that is okay on this save. The one I was playing yesterday would have been a waste. So, stable. It goes very quick with the radioactivity, so that is one thing I really have to be careful about. More trade goods. Ah, damn. That was not the best I could have done, but so we go in here, we're protected from the weather. Always need to have your doors open, your exit route ready. So that's good. here. I need to put that way out. Again, I'm actually safe here weather-wise, so that's okay. Not unstable gel more. Okay. Let's take a quick look at what we actually got out of it. I need to build that one. It takes cover, which I have in my base. So that one should be there. Couple of things to sell. It was actually money-wise not bad. These I will save for later, but it was money-wise not bad. Oh, I have no carbon whatsoever. That is not good. So no carbon. This planet doesn't look like there is a lot of trees, does it? Actually don't see any. I know there's a little bit of plants, but they are very kind of need something in a big cluster. That is actually not good. What's that building? Oh, it is a depot or something. Something with a lot of sentinels, so I'm actually not going for that. The one I just was at, or is it another one? It might be the same. I just circled around to get to. Best way of actually checking that is go to the terminal. So it's actually not the same. Okay. We are not having a lot of space here. This was a little bit stupid way to do it, but I'm actually standing outside. Let me just sit in the ship while I do this. I'm trying to make so much space as possible. So what do I actually have here? So I have 2, 4, 5. So with a little bit of luck, what I find will be things that doesn't take up too much space. But that's the thing we don't know. So let's take one at a time and see what it actually comes up with. Acid.
Radiation protection falling.
Acid. Well, it is as it is, and
Protection falling.
superconductor is quite pricey as well. So it's not a bad thing, but
Technology recharge.
okay.
Radiation protection
That was
falling.
good in the matter that I already have a stack with them. So that should have gone. Didn't that go? Okay. Bad news is it's actually we are too far from the ship. Okay. No, we're not, so let's put over what we can while we can, and we might be able to get everything here.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Oh, that's good for later.
Radiation detected.
one left. Okay. Ooh, that's good.
Radiation protection falling.
However, we are full.
Thermal protection falling.
Full. So
Thermal protection falling.
well,
Temperature levels stabilizing.
unstable. Yeah, we already have one off, but so I need carbon badly. So if just there's been some forest on this planet, then it would have been much easier. But all plants here are some scrub spread out here and there and everywhere, and it's very hard to actually get any of it. So
Technology recharge.
I need to have one more. I only have one. I only have one.
Thermal protection falling.
Normally I would clap my little hands when I get carbon and constant carbon in the same plant.
Thermal protection falling. Technology recharge.
Two.
Protection falling. Technology recharging. Protection falling.
Oh shit. Yeah. I'm sorry. Please just go away.
Protection falling. Units received.
Well, survival. Mainly. I am playing on Permadeath, so it's going a little bit slow. But otherwise, it's going okay. It is going okay. The only thing is struggling a little bit with the lack of stacking size, but that I have complained about in many different variations on the higher levels of play. And how are you doing? You good? No. Yeah, no, it's always good to take a view around, isn't it? See how things go. You played some Starfield yet? Yeah, I was very curious, and one of the things that kind of annoyed me was how Bethesda announced that would be the best space game ever, and slacking off all the existing one. So I was a little bit, I don't know if I even want to play it, but as it came on Xbox Game Pass from day one, then I thought, well, you know what, I will be fair and I will play it and I will tell people what I think about it. And I must admit, there are good things in it. There's something we lack in No Man's Sky. There's a lot of missions, lines with storylines. That's the thing I feel we kind of are missing out on No Man's Sky. But there are a lot of things in the game as a game has disappointed me a little bit. Well, I mean, people are saying Fallout in space. Yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely right. That I fully agree on that. Oh, maybe I should keep things out of the screen. I fully agree. The RPG part is absolutely brilliant, and that is what Bethesda has done so well with Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, and that universe. So they know what they're doing. But it is one of these where it's a little bit. It's another type of game, and for me it takes a lot of concentration when I'm sitting playing. I'm going very deep into it, and it's because you don't want to miss anything, and that's how it is. Did I miss anything here? That's the one I haven't done yet, okay. So, no, I fully agree with you there, and that's... I think the game is interesting to play, but it's not filling my exploration the same way as No Man's Sky does. No, you're not doing that again. Oh, God. Yeah, that's it takes sometimes a lot of time just getting very little I need a sentinel interceptor in this game. Too far away, I guess.
Radiation protection fully.
Well, it used to be the same in No Man's Sky. Kind of. It didn't work well in the beginning in atmosphere, but I will say that Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Well, in the old days, I'm not going to sound like one of those, but yeah, but a lot of things has improved in No Man's Sky, and it's absolutely become a brilliant game. A lot of things were quite difficult in the start, and it has really improved, and I'm very happy with that way it has gone, because I think the game keep getting better. But we couldn't fight in the atmosphere. We could fly down and land, but it was pretty much straight down and straight up. And then it slowly became better and better, so I forgot something when I was on the space station. Ah, well, done is done. Ah. Yeah, well, a lot of people disappeared without actually playing, and that, and I was one of those that were a little bit, how can you say it, I didn't really know if I wanted to play it, because I saw all the negative things there was, and that was pretty much going, well, I'm glad I stuck with it, and well, I played many hours on what used to be my main save. I must admit, the one I have been playing on Twitch, the normal game, is my main now, but and I'm actually started to enjoy the more difficult versions, because when you feel that a normal save get too easy really, then try go survival on a save, and that actually up things to a whole other dimension. And I always thought that, oh, wow, I'm not that good a player. I can't do that. That's not for me. But to be honest, I actually have found out that I'm not that bad, and I should be able to actually pull it off. So I got the challenge from all my nice followers to play Permadeath on Twitch, and I'm doing that now twice a week. I only died once the first day, and that was because I was stupid, nothing else. Yeah, I know.
Technology recharge. Radiation protection falling.
I will say try survival first, because then you don't lose everything when you die. if I die here, I lose everything, including the save game. So you will end up with some of these. Okay, I wasted X amount of hours. That's just a shame. We start again. Well, I also been playing long enough to know that shit does happen. Well, I died the first day I played because I was a little bit cocky because it was going really well. So around an hour into the save, I decided to tunnel through a mountain because then I didn't waste a lot of time going over it. It was fine until I came to a cave mid into the mountain, which was filled with hazardous plants, and they killed me. Yeah, so I lost everything, and that's how it was. So I started a new one, and that's the one I'm still playing. And yeah, well, some of my viewers were sitting shouting at the monitor because they actually got caught up in it, and that I think that's good when things are catching people like that. That's really all I can ask for.
Technology recharge.
That everyone is engaged in what happens. So I am okay. Those can be sold. Those I want to save. I'm lacking space at the moment. That is that's one of the tricky parts with both survival and no, no, not at all. You know, I think I calculated at some time ago that I had played somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 hours on the game, and the most I have been in number of galaxies is something like 15, and there's still 235 galaxies I have not visited. So no, I have not seen it all. And even restarting games like this one and the one I play, I alternate on days now. On Monday and Wednesday I play Permadeath, and on Tuesday and Thursday I play another challenge I got from a viewer, playing without spending money. That is on normal, but I started both of these at the same time, so I'm going through the start of the game, and I know some people like actually seeing how you survive and those kind of things, but even starting up in Euclid again, I see new things. I see amazing planets, I see weird, funny, interesting animals, and that's what this game is actually about, is open your eyes and there's something new, something you haven't seen before. Every time you get to a planet you physically haven't landed on, there is something to see. So if you put on your explorer hat, then you're in for a treat. If you think you can go out and kill shitloads of mobs, then play Starfield, because that's what you do there, which is fine. But it's not the head you should put on here. You can fight here, you can fight sentinels, you can fight pirates, of course, but in controlled, limited numbers, kind of. Not always with the sentinels, but in that direction. But you have a game here where it's use your eyes, use your imagination, and I mean, this is boldly to go where no man has gone before. And that's a quote from Star Trek. And I need carbon.
Technology recharge.
I need loads of carbon. But that's not the main problem right now. But it's one of the reasons why I can go back to No Man's Sky. If I don't play for a while, I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft, and I kind of got tired of it because it started feeling as a second job, and that's really not good. To be honest, but in periods I didn't play any other games but World of Warcraft, because I had to grind, I had to do daily quest, world quest, whatever there was, I had to do them, and that was how it was. And as I said, one day I suddenly realized that was like having a second job, and there was no pleasure in playing anymore. It was not funny. It was tedious, it was tiresome, and I didn't earn any money on it. So I actually kind of said to myself that I love playing video games or computer games. I've done my whole life, and that's not something I stopped doing, but I want to play what I feel is fun and interesting. And that's how it is for me now. If it's not interesting,
Orbital station coordinates received.
then I won't play it. My hyperdrive has no fuel. That's a little bit embarrassing, isn't it? Does have some fuel.
Technology recharge.
Maybe not enough, but it has fuel. So yeah, I know I talk a lot, but no, I think it's damn important that you're sitting playing something you enjoy, and that doesn't matter whether it's Call of Duty or World of Warcraft, No Man's Sky, Starfield. Doesn't matter what game it is. Even Minecraft, if that's your game and you find it funny, it's absolutely great. Well, I would say I would like preferably games which has things like No Man's Sky, both a freedom, an open world, and things to do. And then some people who doesn't like No Man's Sky says a lot of that. Well, there's not a lot to do. Well, I personally think it depends on which hat you're wearing, because yeah, and that's the part I feel we could do with more of, is actually some sort of missions coming up which is interesting, where you actually have to travel around to do them. Not like expeditions, but you meet someone at a space station which needs you to pick up 3 or 4 different places in within a number of light years from where you are, or something like that, and there is a storyline to it. That would be interesting. That's what we see from Starfield. The storytelling and the RPG part is brilliant, and you actually have to choose your answers in relation to your own moral. So yeah. Well, of course, the answer to your question is, of course, that the reason you keep coming back to a game is that you have not seen it all. You have not reached your limits. I actually realized one thing, which I will change very quickly. Fine with that. Body shape for head. No, I don't like that. I actually have... No, that one is not nice. I always play in red, and that we are continuing with. There we go. I never actually noticed that, but yeah. Yes. So, now I'm recognizable again. I actually had one day a viewer said to me in one of the other saves, I said, that's not your save, you are not in red. So, I have to start thinking about protecting myself. So I'm under actually gives with that, but that doesn't give with that, does it? No. Don't know if that helps, but if it does, great. If not, just a shame. So, I'm still in lack of carbon. However, it's getting better. Not doing anything on the ship right now. A-class, how much? God, analyzes doesn't. Oh. 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 So that is always good to get something which is better than what you had. And then I wouldn't mind putting more slots on, which I have. Because that of course works better when you have a higher rated like that 633, so I need 200. It's a lot of goo. Oh well. Carbon. Carbon is important. As I said, I am no longer complaining about farming carbon on the space stations. Because I actually have found out that it is quite useful to do so. So problem is I want carbon, but I don't have enough to actually pop it out like that. So this guy wants to be hired. Yeah, I have to wait a little bit. Oh. Absolutely fine. I do not mind. He wants to be hired as well, so I will ignore him. That's how it is, really.
Technology recharge.
Explore. class. I haven't really found any S classes yet, and so this is a little bit funny, because I'm supposed to talk to aliens, and it doesn't count because I'm on a space station, but it said actually in the listing that it could be a space station, so it's a little bit weird. So actually I am on that, so the weird part is I am actually learning words, so I got a milestone. That's actually good. Milestones are good because they give you nanites in the anomaly, so you pay attention there. Yeah, I'm actually going to talk with them anyway because weirdly enough, it actually might help me in other directions. Because it's a co-work station and I actually might get nanites as a reward, so shield module. Again, that's actually not a bad thing, getting modules. That was kind of what I tried to get yesterday on my no money one, but that didn't really work out. I kept getting money and nanites, which were not useful, but it's just continue and continue and continue. So I normally wouldn't go in here on the non-Viking stations, but I'm turning off the light. So the thing is, I badly need the carbon, so I'm actually just running around to get that as well. And I'm running out of carbon. Another one. That one there. What is he saying? Kill creatures, take photo on an airless world. Take photo on a desert world. Collect dark side, and one I can't do. I actually don't have a gun yet, so yeah, going to be a little bit hard to do kill things at the moment. Take photos, yeah, I could do them, but no. The thing is, I don't know where those worlds would be, what they would be. I'm not really going to do missions that I can't control. I might be able to control them, but I might not be. So if I get a mission where I have to go to a planet with aggressive sentinels, I might die a very horrible quick death. And that, I'm not saying that because I'm not scared of of sentinels, I just respect them, and I know how difficult it can be even on normal setting to get out of situations, encounters with sentinels. So I'm not even trying to. I don't want to be a hero unless I am forced to it. And that will come sometimes. I'll be forced to do things. And one thing I'm forced to is actually go and talk to people somewhere else. However, I got a lot of things here. So a hyperdrive module. A help one.
Technology recharge.
Shield module. No, it doesn't work with any of these. So I'll just put there. It gives me some shield strength. That's not a bad thing. It's a starship weapon, which I don't actually use. So that went into the becoming a wiring loom and something else, I believe. That one is just an A class, but until I get something better, it's actually fine. And yes, you might have an argument that, well, couldn't I have gotten nanites out of it? Sure. That would absolutely have been possible. I would say everything is possible. It was a little bit about the choice. So that planet is not where I'm going. I have a rainy planet. That's actually
Hostile scan detected.
that's actually not a bad thing.
Warning. Threat detected.
Oh yeah.
Hostile ships approaching.
I actually had not set this up.
Technology recharge.
That was a little bit stupid. always have things set up, especially when you... Did I actually get something out of that? Ah. You know what that will go with? That can actually become nanite. So let's go there first. So it's a trading post. I had a feeling. Those kind of things very often are. Trading post is not the worst you can encounter. They are good for blim 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 trading. External temperature is actually fine. That's the part which is not fine. This was a little bit of a annoying thing that it says my standing is not high enough. Mining beam module, that's not bad, but well, let's just stop storm here. It's very hot. And if I'm not careful, I will be blown around. Oh, that was what I needed. Sometimes you are just lucky, and this was actually one of those situations. Happy enough. Was there any? Yeah, there was. So are they still attacking, or are they gone away? Oh, I'm a tester.
Star 6 defeated.
And it gave me some money. Well, what do I have to return to space? Okay. Wait a minute. What was this planet with the sentinels? Maybe I should just find out, because there's a lot of trees here. Can I actually get some carbon without being killed?
Units received.
Frequent. And there's of course one straight where I am.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
A lot of boards.
Units received.
Come on, up, 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 up.
Units received. Units received. There are 3 slots in suit inventory.
So I need to put something over. Suddenly had a lot of things that was actually not necessary.
Technology recharge.
Ugh.
Units received.
So at least getting some. I don't know where the sentinel went, but at least
Units received.
well, it's all about getting what you need. There is the blue one. I didn't do anything, it wasn't me. Where are you? Oh, he's there. I don't know what you're pointing at. It's not me. Don't look at me, it wasn't me. That's the worst part of playing on higher levels. That is, things are not always as friendly as you would wish. So. Suddenly it came. Poor guy. So, now it's Apollo. It goes from one to the other. Artemis and Apollo. Oh, what's going on? I'm landing at the space station. Well, that is just swell. Well, I'm still alive, so I guess that's the good thing. But it goes a little bit more slow than normally. I would say it's actually going quite well. I haven't done any obvious stupid things yet, so that's one thing I normally is very good at, is doing these stupid things. That's good. Well, I'm tempted to say, may my mistakes be recoverable, because I personally think it's very difficult to play flawless, for me at least, because I do sometimes have brain farts coming and then shit happens. But thank you, and I will of course try my absolute hardest to keep it that way. Well, I must admit, I am slowly trying to kind of improve myself, my character, my ship, my tools and stuff like that. And for some reason my ship keep ending in the building. That is a little bit annoying. So how are you doing? Are you playing? What are you going to play? No Man's Sky, Starfield, something else? So you say tonight, then that means you're not in the same time zone as I am. It's getting morning here. Okay, it's actually 2 games I don't know, so but as I'm very curious, I will be looking them up and see what they actually are. That's I'm one of those very, very curious people, and if there's something I don't know, I always check it. Oh, that sounds interesting. Village survival simulation game. That's actually one I will take a further look at. I like that kind of games. That's always something I like to take a look at, and it is well, some games I'm very interested in, and others well, not so much. I think it was wrong what I got here. Hunt Showdown. Okay, that I might not look as much on, but well, it actually sounds a little bit interesting. So yeah, no, I might look into them. It's absolutely something which could go down with me. Yeah, I must admit I'm actually sitting just cleaning up because we passed 1 o'clock, which is normally my cut-off time. And it's 1 o'clock in Britain, so I know that there are people all around the world, and everyone is welcome, by the way. It's not like that. I'm not xenophobic in any way. I do not judge people on where they live, but how they behave. So if people are friendly to me, I'm friendly to them. That's how it is. then it doesn't matter what nationality, religion, political, whatever you are, you have the right to have your opinion. Yeah, but I mean, I'm a person who loves to travel, and I have tried to see as many corners of the world as I could. Unfortunately, still, I have a very big white blob on what is South America, and that's one area I really want to go and check out, so to speak. And I have met people all over the world, except for South America, and I have met so many nice people, and I have met assholes as well. That's how it is. There is always the one who try to cheat you for a couple of bucks where they shouldn't do, and it's like a game, isn't it? And that's how it is. But I actually like getting in touch with the local people where I go, and I kind of prefer the local small restaurants, pubs and stuff like that. I'm not like many British people. They travel to go to somewhere and have British food, beer and so on. If I want that, then I go to the closest city there is and eat and drink there. I don't spend a lot of money traveling somewhere to get exactly the same as I can get at home. No. That's not me. And as said, I travel to meet people, not to isolate myself in something weird. That's not necessary. Well, I mean, I live in rural Britain, not far from Lincoln, in Lincolnshire. So, and I love living rural, but I do like the bright lights of big cities sometimes. But I enjoy that I can go home where it's pitch black outside. I love playing space games for one simple reason. When I come outside and there's no clouds and I look up and I see all these sparkling points on the night sky, then it makes something with me. And it's always done since I was a kid many years ago. But my grandmother always said to me, and that's actually a little bit funny. She always said, you know what, a stranger is a friend you haven't met yet. And she always said that, but she was actually very xenophobic. She was born and lived in a time where your neighbors was not always the friendly ones. She had lived through the occupation of Denmark by the Germans during World War II, and she had very strict opinions about others. But that said, she actually started to travel in quite a high age, and she was so curious because that was not something you did in the 30s, 40s, 50s. It was not until it started in the 1960s, and I was so lucky as a child to be brought around traveling a lot in Europe, and that put my foundation there, and I have actually backtraced a lot of the places where I went as a kid to show my kids, and I hope they have enjoyed it, but I think they have, and that have given them the hunger for travels as well. So yeah, but you know what? It is brilliant to go somewhere and see how dirty it can be, how poor it can be, and how happy people can be even though they are poor, and how proud they can be. That's and I mean, I was talking to some kids in I think it was Morocco, it's called in English, and they were playing football, and one of these kids, the poor end of the town or city, but he was so proud that he had been picked to a youth soccer team, and he could play, and he even got free clothes to play soccer in, and I mean, seeing things like that, you don't see that when you travel through a country in a bus and don't get out between the normal people. And we have encountered people begging, not for money, no, for our bottle of water. And I mean, we gave him the bottle because we were living in, staying in a all-inclusive hotel, so we got actually water for free, or rather we paid for it through the travel. So sharing that with some locals didn't actually bother us whatsoever. Now I'm run out of carbon again. Oh dear. That is going to be my I must admit, for me, it's not. I don't appreciate staying in areas where you only see the rich and beautiful people, because, sorry, they are so boring, because they have only one objective in life. That's getting more than they already have, and that's not for me. I would rather talk to the mechanic in the local workshop. I find that more interesting. Or the farmer out in the countryside. I used to love going to Austria, to the Alps, and staying in small primitive huts up in the mountains, where you actually followed tracks through the mountain passes, and then you up in quite high, trekking through. Unfortunately, my age has done that I can't really do that as well anymore, or it has to be longer time, going a little bit slower. But that was absolutely beautiful. A pitch black night, and you looked out, and you could just see so much up in the clouds. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot, and but I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. As long as I can move and my mind is relatively sharp, then I'm happy, and then I'm going again. I'm actually planning going back to Morocco with my daughter this time. I went with my son last time. I live with my adult kids, and after we got a dog, we have decided that we travel two and two instead of all three of us, because we actually want someone to stay home with the dog, and we have a cat as well. He can manage himself, but the dog needs company. So, and we don't want to depend on other people looking after her. So we traveled two and two, and I went to Morocco with my son, and we actually think my daughter also should experience that, because that was, it was something special, I would say. It's another world, and I really like to encounter that. So that's being planned. Oh, you know, family is one thing you don't choose yourself. However, you choose how you live with them and are with them. And I always thought that family is a very important thing, at least the closest family. I know I have uncles and aunts, which is, I see, wow, most of them are dead now, but I did see them on birthdays and weddings, funerals, and all that, and I always had a good accord with them. But they lived their life, we lived our life. But the closest family, and that was always my parents and my ex-wife's family, closest parents and grandparents. We always seemed to kind of take care of them and make sure they were not left alone. So they were always included. All our grandparents are gone now, but there's still on my ex-wife's side some parents living, and I know she tend to them, and of course the kids, they need to have an interesting life and have a safe harbor for everything. And that's what you can give them as a parent, I think. Don't judge them, listen to them. And you know they don't always do the smartest things, but if you give them the benefit of the doubt, then you will find out they very often actually do very well. So, yeah. And I have the same approach with animals. When you have pets, they become part of the family and they need a good life. And believe me, our dog has a very good life. And so does the cat. He thinks he's in charge, and that's how it is. So I enjoyed the chit chat, and I'm I'm actually running a little bit over, but you know what? I'm happy to sit and share my part of my life and my opinions. Well, I'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock UK time, and tomorrow will be the no money game again. I have to alternate the very serious permadeath and the more just challenging normal game. So tomorrow from 8 o'clock UK time, that is kind of afternoon where you are, but I started at 8 o'clock UK time. So feel free to come by, and I keep talking, so there might be coming more from me. So I will bid you all a very good night, and take care until we see each other again. It will be, from my side, I'll be here from 8 o'clock tomorrow at UK time. So I will say good night and take care out there, and be nice to each other. Good night.